So far, this seems to be the best hotel room that I have gotten on this trip. This is pretty fantastic here. Big room here, and there's actually a door going to the bedroom, so I can have Cream and Skittles in their own separate large rooms instead of just having Cream stuck in a bathroom, which is going to be very welcome because she has been pretty cramped. This is much more fabulous. I don't think I'm going to get anything like this again. They told me that they were out of the room that I reserved, so they had to upgrade me to a suite, and I got this. This is pretty cool.
Good morning, Cream. Good morning. Hi. Hi. There you are. Good morning. Morning. There's Cream. Let's see who else we can see. Oh, it's Skittles. Hi, Skittles. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, you got the small mouse. The small mouse. Good morning, Skittles. Morning. Oh, time to hit the road and go on the longest part of the journey today. This should be fun. Oh well, FrozenFoxy here. I hope you guys enjoyed the little videos of the hotel, if I managed to get those in there. But we are on the road for day 3 here. Cream is saying hello. She does not want to be in the car. It's not her favorite place to be. But you know, sometimes you got to do things that you don't really like to do. But right now it is February 18th, and we are on the way to El Paso, Texas, from Fort Worth, Texas. So Texas to Texas, because Texas is gigantic. That's just how it works. This is going to be the longest stretch of the journey here. I have to go about 8.5 hours today, 8 hours and 40 minutes ish. So it's nearly 9 hours for this drive, and every other drive along the way is less than 7 hours. 6.5 hours for a couple of them. The drive tomorrow is going to be the shortest one, actually, in that I'll just be going from El Paso to Arizona. So I think that one's going to be like a 4.5 hour drive or so. Shouldn't be too bad. But this one will get us past the halfway point of our journey. So that is really nice, knowing that I am more than halfway done, or at least soon I will be more than halfway done, as my car beeps at me and tells me, hey, there's cars in front of you, you may want to watch out. Yes, I understand. Thank you for your safety features, I appreciate it. But yeah, so the hotel that I got this time, which I'm sure I mentioned in the little videos, if I managed to string things together and have enough time come tonight to do it, was kind of a free upgrade, because they ran out of the room type that I had gotten. So it basically had 2 separated rooms, and finally Cream and Buzzy Cream and Skittles. There's a lot of wind right now blowing me over to the side, but Cream and Skittles actually got to have their own rooms finally, which was really nice. And they got to free roam around for the first time in quite a while, so that's really cool. I don't know that I will be getting anything quite like that anymore. Cream's probably going to end up getting shoved into bathrooms again, unfortunately. But yeah, Skittles, being the only cat that she's been for so long, she has issues with being left alone and freaking out. She thinks she's being abandoned, which I don't want her to like that. Cream, on the other hand, is very very good at bouncing back because she is very young. She's only 10 months. Her birthday is April 15th, so she's coming up on her first year pretty soon here. So we'll have to wish her happy birthday when that comes around. Skittles, I believe, is I want to say November 15th. For some reason, they're both on the 15th. But her birthday is quite a ways away. She's about 7.5 years old right now. So they're doing their best to sleep over here. Cream has decided to stop talking so much and has closed her eyes. She's got her little tiny paw pressed up against the side of the crate, and I can see her little tiny toe beans. It's pretty adorable. But I'm hoping that everything works out today, and it's not that terrible of a drive, because I know it can get really tiring being on the road all on your own with just a couple of kitties to talk to. They talk back, but it's really hard to understand their language. I haven't really picked up on it yet. I'm still working on that. I'm not bilingual in kitty form at all. Unfortunately, I can at least kind of recognize when they're a little bit upset, but that's about it. I mean, you know, people take a tone with you, and you can understand that they're upset even if you can't understand them. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to actually sitting down and staying in one place instead of having to wake up every single morning to go out and get back on the road again. I'm sure the cats also feel the same way. This morning, strangely, there was a reversal of roles. Usually, Cream is trying to burst out into different rooms and explore the rooms, and ends up getting in Skittles' face, and Skittles freaks out and hisses at her for it. But this time, Skittles wanted to burst into the room and explore, so that was new. Both Cream and Skittles came face to face when she went to burst into the room. Skittles stared at her for a minute and then actually started exploring the room instead of hissing, which was very strange. So hopefully they're starting to calm down, and eventually Skittles will actually start to tolerate and accept that Cream is sticking around and not going anywhere, and won't be moving in on her space in such a way that she gets robbed of food or attention. That's the hope, anyway. We'll see how it plays out. If worst comes to worst, I'll probably have to consult with a animal behaviorist and figure things out. But I think as far as this trip goes, I think they're taking it pretty decently, because I mean we're on the road for hours a day, and that is something that can definitely weigh on humans, let alone kitties that are not ready for these really long journeys. I mean, they're basically being taken away from the home that they know to go somewhere else. Cream says, "Yeah, I don't want to go somewhere else. I just want to stay where I was." And I'm like, "Sorry, Cream, we're leaving." You don't get a choice in the matter. You're the kid. I won't be turning this car around, no matter how much you complain. But I'm really hoping that this exhibit that is out in California, or was supposed to be out in California, ends up finally coming around. When I went out there earlier this year, I was hoping to go to an H.R. Giger exhibit, and those of you knowing that I enjoy the Alien series probably also may be aware that H.R. Giger is the guy who came up with the concept art for the xenomorphs and a lot of the landscape in the Alien universe. So I would absolutely adore seeing his stuff. Now, his stuff tends to be a little bit different from what you would expect with the Alien universe. And if you've seen me play through Darkseid, you probably know a little bit about what H.R. Giger's art looks like. And Darkseid is definitely a very, very different kind of world compared to the Alien movies. Though there are some similarities, artistically anyway. Well, you know, I guess there's more than just a little similarity, because technically Mike gets the brain burster instead of a chest burster. So, you know, it's a little bit on the same nose there, I guess. But yeah, I'm really hoping that they do come around and do that, because the majority of the time, H.R. Giger's stuff does not go outside of the museum where it is situated in Switzerland. And I've been wanting to go up to Switzerland just so that I can go and see the H.R. Giger Museum up there. Unfortunately, I neither have the time nor money at this point to make that happen. I hope someday that will happen, but not currently. So hopefully they do take the traveling show to California. I believe the reason that they decided to delay it was there was a new strain of COVID, and they decided to play it safe, and delayed the exhibit, which kind of sucks. I mean, for me, I've gotten to the point where it's like I want to go out and live my life and not be cooped up forever. And you know, I make sure that for some days after, I don't hang around people to make sure that I haven't gotten sick. But I like to go to concerts, really, and sometimes conventions. So I'm actually going to be heading to some concerts coming up here that I'm really looking forward to. Meow. Cream says, "This is my show. I wanna talk now." But I'm gonna be seeing Greta Von Fleet pretty soon here, which the guys from Led Zeppelin have basically said are their young spiritual successors. These guys are like in their 20s right now, and they've got that sound of the 80s going full on strong, and they're really good. Also going to be seeing Theory of a Dead Man and Skillet. They're playing side by side in a concert. Going to be seeing Clutch, which is definitely one of my favorites. I really like Clutch, and this is going to be my first time seeing them in concert. I really wish this one band that I've been following would tour at some point, or maybe be the front runner for someone else. Yeah, Cream, you talking over there? You want to be out? But the band that I'm really interested in is called Light the Torch. If you've never heard them, they've got a very specific sound. Their lead singer he's really good. I really love what he does. He's got a very good range. Definitely look up Light the Torch if you're into heavier music. It's got some metal in there, hard rock. It's good. It's good. Let's see. What else was I thinking about doing? Oh, I'm thinking about possibly getting some tickets for George Thorogood. He's coming into town. Get some of that Bad to the Bone going. There's a couple more that I'm really debating, because their tickets are much more expensive than either of any of the concerts that I've been looking at, and that's on Fall Out Boy, which that's a good band, and then Paramore. So I don't know if I'm gonna go to either of those because they are quite expensive seats. I'll think about it. It's on the thought list anyway. I am gonna go see the most hated band in the world, Nickelback, which if you've never really gone through the story of why they are the most hated band in the world, it's not because they did something or they're a bad band. It's because during the 90s, they had a Comedy Central commercial where a comedian made a joke about how Nickelback was the worst band in the world, and he hated them. And the joke ran on Comedy Central constantly, and on top of that, to bolster it, and the fact that he was basically saying that you can't get away from them, it's constant. It really was constant on the radio. Nickelback was playing on pretty much every station all across the country, and people were coming to the point that some were sick of it. Some followed the joke and they were like, oh yeah, I hate that band too, even if they didn't really hate the band. And then it just kind of was a bandwagon effect, where a whole bunch of people just started to hate the band and say, oh yeah, definitely the most hated band in the entire world. In fact, they had a show where people had signed a petition, 50,000 signatures, saying that they hated Nickelback and didn't want Nickelback to be in the stadium. But the stadium was completely sold out, and anyone who went there was nothing there to indicate that anyone actually hated Nickelback. So it's just one of those weird things where a band gets labeled like something because a whole bunch of bandwagon members came through and made it the most hated band ever, even though it's not really hated for any reason. What a strange world we live in, that people can bandwagon and believe things, whether or not there's any factual things behind it. That's a rabbit hole that we won't be going down. Someone asked me if I was reading any new books. So I'm not reading any new books right now. I'm actually rereading the Dresden Files series by Jim Butcher. I am up to the 12th book and nearing the end of that, so I'll be on the 13th book. And I just wanted to reread the entire series because a couple of new books came out during 2020, and I never got the chance to sit down and read them. And it had been years since I read the one that came out, I believe, in 2017. And I just wanted a refresher to actually remember everything that has been going on. And honestly, it has been quite the journey. Like, I remember the general gist of the things that go on in the Dresden Files, but there's just so much and so many little nuances that I don't know if I caught the first time around, and it's just better rereading the entire series, and I've really been enjoying that. So it will be something that I finish, and then I'll probably move on to some other things. I've been meaning to go and check out the Sandman series. I did watch the Netflix show for Sandman, and I did really like it, while at the same time really hating it. It was depressing in the fact that I watched the first few episodes of it, and then my grandmother passed away right after I had watched the first few episodes of it, and I was like, I don't know what to do to get over feeling depressed right now. And then I finally sat down and I said, I'm gonna watch a show. I'll continue on with Sandman. episode where the Sandman Dream goes to meet and talk with Death, and it was rough. It was rough, but it was also very hopeful. So it was very, very difficult to get through the episode, but for whatever reason I forced myself to get through it, and in some ways, even though it made me feel worse, it also made me feel better about the situation. It is a really, really well thought out episode, especially if you are going through a loss like that. And I mean, I don't know that I would recommend that anyone goes out to watch that, because it is a hard pill to swallow. It is a very hard pill to swallow. But it is also a very, very good episode. So yeah, I don't know. I like the series a lot. I really do want to go and read the books and see how the books differ from the show, or if it's a dead on kind of the same thing, and then there's just some added elements that they couldn't really include into the show. I have no idea at this point. So I'll find that out eventually when I get the chance to go and read it. But for now, I'll keep on going with the Dresden Files, and see where that ends up taking me with the 2020 series. I have no idea. It could be really good. It could be really bad. Those books took years for Jim to actually come out with, and I don't know if that means that it was very difficult for him to get those books out, or that it was something that he really wanted to just get right. I don't know. I'm not sure the exact reasoning behind what was going on there. I haven't read into it yet to get any kind of like interviews with Jim Butcher and understand what was going on. All I know is that it took a long time for him to get them out, and usually Jim was getting the Dresden Files series out pretty much every single year, a new book. And for how good the Dresden Files books are, being able to put out a new book every single year with that quality, wow! I don't even know how that is possible. That man has genius. He truly does. I love the series. Cream agrees. Yeah, so I am definitely looking forward to seeing where it goes. We'll jump back to the concerts real quick here. I'm also thinking about so this is concert and show at the same time, but I'm thinking about going out to the Game of Thrones concert, because I did get to go out to the Game of Thrones concert years and years ago, and oh my gosh, it was fabulous. Like, it was you basically know all of the songs that they're going to play there, but to have a full orchestra in front of you, to watch them all just do this and feel the music just permeating through the room, it's a completely different experience than just hearing it on the show. And on top of that, it was really cool to watch the lead members of this orchestra, because a lot of them knew multiple instruments. There was a guy who was picking up many different string instruments and playing each of the string instruments, and then there was another guy that was playing a bunch of wind instruments and just picking up different wind instruments. Eventually, somewhere during the middle of it, they have like 10 guys that come out along with the guy with the wind swear, is like 40 feet long. It is ridiculous. They carry it like to this central stage that's kind of in the middle of a crowd of people, and the guy who was doing the wind instruments, he grabs onto the mouthpiece, and he's just holding it, and he's kind of swaying around, enjoying the music, waiting for his parts, and finally it comes to his part, and he blows into this thing, and the room shakes. You can feel it in your bones. It's like, boom! It was fantastic. It was like, and on top of that, in the background, they've got this huge movie screen that's playing scenes from the show that are matching up with the music. So it's an otherworldly experience, and I highly recommend it if you get the chance to go out and see it. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, that is, because if you aren't, it's probably not going to hit quite as well. But maybe it will. I don't know. It is definitely an experience. You just won't understand what the movie part in the background is all about. But it's certainly something to experience for sure. But other than that, I'm thinking about going to possibly some anime conventions, maybe some fantasy conventions this year, if I get a chance. I might actually take a trip back to Georgia for a hot minute later this year to go see Dragon Con. And the other one that I've been looking at in California that I noticed was going to be going on is FanimeCon. And that looks interesting to me. I've always thought about going out to do like cosplay stuff, and I think at some point that will probably be something that I do end up doing. I'm thinking about probably Sebastian from Black Butler, Alucard from Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate. Probably the Hellsing Ultimate one, just because that show is freaking fantastic. I mean, where else can you go that you're going to get a midget Nazi screaming at people for 30 minutes straight, talking about how weapons are amazing and killing people is amazing. It is a strange show. It is a very strange show, but I do recommend it. It is something to behold. There are many shows out there, but there are some that are definitely worth taking in just for the experience. This little Kia here looks like he's trying to go onto the shoulder just to pass this guy. Man, some people on the road just have no respect or patience whatsoever. It's pretty ridiculous. But yeah, no, I've actually been going through quite a few animes lately. A lot of isekai animes, where it's die in this world and come back as something else in another world. I still think my favorite isekai at this point is probably ReZero, just because it's the kind of thing where normally they come back with some kind of superpowered ability, and ReZero is different. It's very different. It puts a completely different spin on it. So I do definitely recommend that one if you've never seen ReZero. It's a little bit of a it kind of makes you feel trapped at first, like on some kind of trippy kind of thing where you're like, oh, what's going on? I'm in a weird Groundhog Day situation here. But it's worth watching. I also watched a few very cute ones recently. Let's see here. It was wow. I'm not gonna remember it because most isekai animes these days have this really long naming convention. So I'm probably going to not remember it correctly. I'm gonna paraphrase it. You can probably Google it and find it. is I've been killing slimes for 300 years and I've maxed out my level. Hilarious anime. Let's see here. What was the other one? Didn't I tell you I didn't want to be overpowered in my next life? I think that's what it was, or something like that. That one's pretty funny too. I watched one that was kind of depressing, but it's not even really an isekai anime. It's more in the realm of Sword Art Online, I guess, where the guy gets into VR and starts working through trying to level up or whatever. But the anime, I'll paraphrase because again I don't remember the exact name, is Full Dive. Wow, being in a full dive is even shittier than I expected. I think that's what it was. Something similar along those lines. I'm probably getting it wrong, but yeah, it's like a series of unfortunate events for the main character constantly. But it's I don't know how I feel about that one. It's good, and it's also kind of meh at the same time. So I don't know. I don't know if I recommend that one or if I recommend to stay away from that one. If you're interested, it's unique. It's very unique, and it might be worth watching depending on who you are. But yeah, I could go on and on for animes, hours and hours. So many things out there. Let's see, what was the other one? Oh, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. Hilarious. Very good anime. So many things. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. We're almost on 31 minutes here, and if I manage to combine this with the other videos that I got from the hotel, it's gonna be an extensively long video. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign out as the kitties have fallen asleep, and continue my way on to El Paso, Texas. Bye for now, everyone.